Hello, beloved church family of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. My name is Judith Roberts, and I'll be your host tonight. I welcome you to our midweek Oasis Wednesday night service. As you will be able to experience tonight, our Wednesday night Oasis is a place where we come together as a community to be spiritually refreshed between Sundays. Most Wednesday night services build upon the theme of the previous Sunday, expressing science of mind principles and practices with the intention that these gatherings are informal, intimate, and interactive. Our annual theme for 2025 is Rising Higher, Growing Deeper. Our monthly theme for July is Rolling in the Deep. Last Sunday, Reverend Deb Hammond introduced ideas inspired by the title of Go Deep. And tonight our speaker will speak about we'll continue with the same topic. As we gather tonight, I really want to welcome you. If you're new to our community or watching our recording, please visit our homepage, www.oaklandcsl.org, and click on the I'm New icon and look at the lower left-hand corner of that page to submit your email. And once you do, you'll begin receiving the village newsletter once a week on Thursdays. It has all the information on what is happening at the center in the coming weeks. Before we get started with the talk, please mute your audio microphone during tonight's service. You can leave your camera on. When you mute your audio microphone, it will improve the quality of our recording and tonight's transmission. And please stay tuned through the end of the service to receive special and important announcements. And now I would like to introduce our speaker, Erin Stewart. Erin Louise Stewart is passionate about expanding the world of possibilities for others, helping people live with more joy and freedom. As a dreams come true coach, Erin is living her own dream and has guided hundreds of others to do the same. With extensive training in personal development and spiritual growth, she held dual licenses as a spiritual practitioner from both the Agape International Spiritual Center and the United Centers for Spiritual Living. Her heart-centered approach inspires individuals to align with their highest potential. Erin also brings her passion for financial freedom to her work as a licensed financial professional and mortgage specialist. She serves seniors with their Medicare options and is dedicated to teaching financial literacy, investment strategies, and principles of intergenerational wealth. Whether coaching, teaching, or serving, Erin's vision remains the same: to uplift, educate, and empower everyone to step into the abundant life they were created to live. So we're in for a treat tonight. So Erin, thank you in advance for being our speaker. As we do with every organized event at the center, we open with prayer. And I will offer that prayer tonight. I invite you to settle in, take a breath with me, and relax into the moment that is now, the moment that is given to us by the one who gives us our breath, the one whose light we carry within, the one who is our all. And I know that that one is guiding this service tonight, that one is, that this service tonight is an expression of the one, an expression of its love and its compassion and its light, and that Erin, as our speaker tonight, is a vessel for that one, that her words open us and uplift us and inspire us, that she is on purpose in this talk tonight, that she has said yes to a divine invitation, a divine assignment. And so I am thankful to have her with us tonight, to be offering this topic from such a informed and experienced place, that she's lived such a rich life and she has such rich training and background, that she is offering the benefit of her wisdom and her experience to us tonight. And so I know that in the mind of the one, this service is already done. It's already perfect, whole, and complete. And I give thanks for that and invite you to say with me, and so it is.
And so it is.
Amen. And
Amen.
so, Erin, turn it over to you now.
Thank you. And I'd like to say, and so we are.
And so we are. Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for that beautiful prayer. Thank you for the beautiful welcome. Thank you for this beautiful invitation. It's always such a joy and honor and privilege to be able to show up and just say yes for this beautiful spiritual community. My heart is full, and I'm grateful. And I love the invitation to go deep. It always seems like life, yes, Judith, does give me plenty of opportunities to go deep and to really embody what I know for sure. And so I will kick it off with I had a revelation recently. And it pertains to a situation that continues to be in its unfoldment regarding my grandson, my daughter, and my grandson's father. And it's been probably over 2 years now. And it just has been this opportunity that seems like it's kind of escalating. He was living in Southern California and he recently moved to the Bay Area. So it's just like it's getting kicked up even more. Um, and the intensity is even more. And I just have been really in a place of what is the divine, peaceful resolution here in this situation and circumstance, and just feeling in honesty, like, wow, it's almost interesting to watch these things happen in life, especially if they've been ongoing for a long time. Um, it's been interesting to just kind of watch myself in this and to watch who I am in this, to watch um, the twists and turns of it, the appearances of it. And I would say the go deep invitation for me in this situation is in the seeming escalation of it. I just felt more kind of caved in or closed in upon or blocked or trapped or stuck, and just like feeling even more kind of claustrophobic. Like, what is the way through this, really, for all of us to have greater peace, greater harmony, greater freedom, greater well-being? It's not easy to watch my daughter, suffering. It's not easy to watch my grandson suffering. It's not easy to be in and out of the courts. We just had another court hearing this week. And to have something going for so long that's taken such a toll. Um, and to hold myself, to hold myself in what I know. And in the breakdown to the breakthrough, I always go to when it like gets so intense and tough to where I feel like there's nowhere else to go but to just surrender and just kind of just be in this really cracked open, almost kind of broken. It feels like cracked open, broken, combusting place. And just to say, okay, come to acceptance of what it is. I don't, I don't know. I just do the next right thing. But just really I would default back to my go deep is always, what do I know about God? God is greater. God is good. God's goodness prevails. My pure heart and pure intent prevails. My daughter's pure heart and pure intent prevails. My grandson's pure heart and pure intent prevails. Ultimately, I know this for his father as well, that there is a higher truth to who he is beyond what he is, showing up to be in his personality and his pain. And I know that there is divine justice, and I've been praying, my prayer has been for divine justice and divine resolution. And it also has been a prayer of knowing that in the universe, everything is just, like everything balances itself. Like whatever stories or whatever systems, whatever courts, whatever judges, whatever paradigms, whatever's happening in the world on the larger scale, that everybody's, something's presenting itself that's very intense and challenging to a lot of us that we're having to, it's in our face. That there is not, that all is seen in the universe, all is known in the universe, and all is done in the universe. And so I've been a broken record for what I know for sure, and I trust in my heart and my intent for goodness that is pure. And I trust and know that what I am a yes for all of our happiness, all of our peace, all of our well being, and our freedom is good. And that it is in alignment with this universe. And so um, I went into a counseling session recently just to get some support from myself to really anchor what I know so that I can be really consistent in this and not be all over the place with circumstances that are presenting themselves and having to do things that are really tough to do and face things that are difficult to face. And I had this epiphany. I had this beautiful revelation in allowing myself to go to the depths of my own pain and my own outrage, my own anger at what feels like such an injustice or frustration or exhaustion or confusion and not understanding, that I came through that, giving myself space to be in that and to really express that in all of its ugliness, that's not practitioner like, but just allowed all of me to really have space for my inner child, my different parts of myself. I just allowed that room and spaciousness. And I called forth ancestors. I called forth all the powers that are good. I always call forth prayer. Those are, all things that I live and abide by and with. But I had this beautiful shift where I saw myself. It was a shift in consciousness that was so powerful because I saw there was a part that did not want to love the baby's father. I was too angry with him. And there's times I've circled around and yes, I love him. Yes, I love his higher self from my higher self. And yes, I love him and I want his happiness and peace. I really do. But there was in this session where I was the client, I couldn't go there. I was like, I'm not feeling that. But after doing the transformative, powerful work within myself, I came to a place where I saw, oh, in as love as I was shown that the opportunity in this situation, because I was trying to understand what is this really about. I was shown that the opportunity is to bring forth the transformative, requalifying power of love to all situations and circumstances that look and feel, um, really not good. But that I am to be an alchemizer, and I am that the purpose is really to embody love from such a high, powerful, profound, solid, integrated, aligned place so that it automatically transforms and requalifies this energy and frequency that's playing on the planet, that's playing on the earth. And that was so powerful and provocative for me because once I saw that, I said, oh, okay, I can do that. And I not only can do that, but that's who I am. That I must be who I am, which is love. And I can't acquiesce who I am because of some external situation. Because if I'm not myself, then, I'm a match. I'm a match to what's playing. I'm a match to holding this in place. So that was really powerful and profound. And I really felt kind of like this huge shift and epiphany. And then I was catapulted into this high place of pure love, pure light, pure awareness that was so transcendent. And that was, it was like there was no other. There was no fight. There was no resistance. There was no issue. There was no problem. There were no circumstances and situations. It's just like it was all what I had been wanting and praying for divine resolution and completion and freedom and well-being. I felt in that moment. I literally felt the liberation of the real power and presence of love. And in that, I felt like just consensus. I felt so clear. I felt so light. I felt like what a relief, you know? Um, and it felt beautiful. It's like in that place, my heart just cracked open for Adrian. It just like I loved him like I've never loved before. I loved myself like never before. I loved everything. Um, and it felt so good just to be the real outpouring, the real expression, the real fullness and gushing forth of this love that I am, that is God, that is all that we are. And to allow myself to have that. So it was like tremendous gratitude for the situation and circumstance that brought me to this place of such revelation and realization of the power and the potency of love. And I really saw in that moment that in love, there really is infinite potential and possibilities. And I saw and felt such solutions, and I felt such flow, and I felt such openings, and I felt free right here, right now. I felt embodied and free in my body. And I felt empowered too, because I know love is not like this passive thing. It's like love is a powerful force. It is a force for good, but it's powerful. Like I really felt the power of love, the certainty of love, the clarity of love. Like for me to be able to move in this world in a way that is truly in my full stature, upright, aligned in the truth of my divinity. And I saw really clearly like the pathways of where all these choices I had made and over these 2+ years in this situation, I saw how much of them were made from the frequency of fear. And that was so powerful and liberating, to see the difference and the distinction between the frequency of fear and the frequency of love, the power of love. And to now move forward with whatever guidance and steps I am to take and continue to participate in life and in whatever presents itself, but to really be aware now. My gauge is to really check in, self-check and see, okay, is that frequency of fear when it's planning, preparing, strategizing, um, guarding, defending, watching, negative thought. That was like not a kind thought. I can see now and identify that as the frequency of fear. And in that identification, I can return to the power of love that I felt that I really can't put into words, but I felt it so like the entire universe shifted on its axis. Like it was so powerful and beautiful. So I am hungry now for this embodiment of love, and I'm hungry for this depth of living with this awareness and the ability to move through life in this powerful place that feels invincible and untouchable by circumstances. So I watch myself still go in and out of daily life circumstances, but there's an awareness, there's an expanded awareness now of that is so much more present. And then feeling the potency and the power of the heart, the depth of the heart. Um, that truly is the deep calling unto the deep because it is who we are. And so I know that we're here just to have that full realization in the midst of whatever's playing in life, whatever circumstances are happening, challenges, intensity. Is to really know the power, the potency, and the power of the love that we are, and to really embody that and be able to sustain the embodiment of that in the face of whatever is playing and presenting itself as appearances. And then to, in that, know that there is this dissolving and resolving, really. It's just like it can't coexist. It really can't. The frequency of love is just so vast and massive and powerful. Um, so I am really grateful um, for the invitation to go deep and to live the depth of my true being, my true heart, the true truth of God. Um, and so, what else can I say about that in this moment? I think that there just is so much more spaciousness and expansiveness and room in and the ability to be still and the ability to be silent while, you know, participating. I carry this fragrance and this lingering of this fragrance and this it just is in the pores, it exudes and it's in everything. So it's the ability to be in this expanded transcendent state of being in the midst of everything that's playing that is real freedom and liberation and so powerful, like such a gift and blessing. Um, I also have this beloved friend as an example. She's a spiritual teacher. She's been a guide, a mentor for me. She really is I call her my amazing grace. She's just been just by my side for some years, by our family side, and been just such a guiding light and force and power in our life, and such a beautiful teacher of principles and, you know, um, truth. But she is in the midst of facing very intense circumstances. She has, a diagnosis of, and she gave me permission to share tonight. But she has cancer throughout her body. Physically, on one level, there's this, thing that's happening in her body. Um, and on top of that, she's living in very intense circumstances back home with her family in New Orleans. And there's a lot of chaos and a lot of dysfunction in the house and kind of crazy, unbelievable. It's almost kind of like it's so ironic that she's in this situation where you would think what's happening in the body temple is enough, but she's also placed in these really intense circumstances. But I bring this up to say that she has a radiance that shines through her in the midst of everything that's playing that defies everything that is on her tests, medical tests, that defies everything that's happening in her daily life with her interactions with her family and all of that, you know, um, craziness and chaos and the appearances of such dysfunction. She just has this peace and she has a glowing stillness and she has a joy and a happiness that the world didn't give and can't take away. She defies what's happening in the body. She doesn't look like somebody that she doesn't match what the tests say. in her spirit. She doesn't match it, you know. And it's such a radiance that shines through her that it's stunning. It like stops you in your tracks because that's where you really see the power of God, the presence of God, beyond that transcends the circumstances, that transcends the situations and the conditions. And I've never seen her more shining and more radiant and more beautiful and more lighthearted and more happy still and peaceful. And she just, beholds, she talks about sitting on the porch in the mornings, which is her quiet time, and she beholds the radiance in a blade of grass. She beholds the radiance in everything. She said, everything is lit with radiance. And she talks about how it really is a miracle. Every day is a miracle. And for someone that's living in such seeming intense circumstances, for her to behold the glory of God and goodness and the universe, that there's this truth of who she is that we all are, that's just untouched by any of this other stuff. And that we can live in it, though. She's still this beautiful light and radiance that's a gift at wherever she is. So there's that shining happening for everybody. So she wrote this beautiful poem that I would love to share. She wrote this just on the 26th of this month, a few days ago. And she says, I walk in pain as if it was sunlight shining from my soul. Smiling, caring, lovingly, I shine. Dancing in the cellular structures of irregularity, I shine. Sometimes strong, sometimes weak. Still, I shine. My soul radiates light from a higher dimension, a formless realm, now experiencing pure love, pure light. Above the shadows of being, I shine. That's my amazing Grace. So I wanted to bring her beautiful gift of her shining radiance that has been such a gift in my life and the gift of lives of many, to this beautiful celebration tonight. And she gave permission for that. And so if I have time, what is the time check when I am to be complete?
Erin, you have until 7:50.
But I want to have time for dialogue. So,
So whatever time you want to allow for the interactive portion is up to you. Usually we say 15 or 20 minutes.
okay. Okay. So, what I would like to do, because another gift that I received, I find there's from Grace, amazing Grace, is that she has guided me in many ways in beautiful, powerful um, practices and meditations. And there's one that she calls um, God's living room. So I would love to bring that invitation in for us to go deep into the power of the heart, where she talks about really the portal of the human heart is really this portal that gives us access to dimensions beyond what we can even describe and know. But it's in the heart where there is just this ability to really sit within ourselves and to sit within the very presence and the very power of God. It's love that transcends all that is. And it's just such this beautiful, sweet invitation. So I would love to just facilitate that invitation if you all are up for that. Would you like to do that? Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Yes, we're up for that.
So it's so simple. So let's just take a breath in this moment. We're going to turn within to this sweet spot and place that we know to be. The power and the presence of the heart. We're just going to bring awareness to our heart. And as we bring awareness to our heart, we just feel this sacred invitation to enter the heart. And as we move into the heart, our awareness into the heart, we go into what Grace has named God's living room. And this living room that is God's living room is unique to each and every one of us. So you can just enter and you can see this beautiful space. You can see two chairs facing themselves, each other in the center of the room. And you can just take in, behold this glorious space and place that is God's living room. And you can just notice there may be luminosity. You can just, it's just can be anything that you envision it to be in the highest frequency and resonance for you, whatever that beauty is for you. Hmm. And you can feel yourself compelled to go and sit in one of the chairs that is so comfortable and so welcoming. It fits you perfectly. Ah, we're just going to take this in this moment. Just sit for a few moments. Mm. And there may be a sacred invitation if there is anyone that is called to join you in the other chair. You can let that be so. It can be anyone, it can be anything, or not. It can just be you sitting yourself and then just soaking up and savoring this beautiful angelic space, this portal, this dimension of love. Just noticing that you feel more at home, more yourself, more in love than ever before. Mhm. Noticing the frequency of love and light that is imminent and evident everywhere, the shining radiance. Mm. And if there is a guest that has presented themselves across from you, you may feel free to commune, to ask any question, to interact in it, whatever way you're guided to, or you can again just remain in your own stillness and silence. If there's been anything that has felt heavy for you that you've been carrying, that has been something that has been a challenge in some way, or just asking for greater transformation, healing, love, peace, just bring it into this beautiful sacred space. Just knowing the power, the transformative power of love, of this heart of God's living room. You can just be absolutely transformed here and made new, requalified. It can be left here. And we'll begin to bring closure for this time and just giving thanks if there was a guest that joined you, a beloved that joined you, or whether you just had this beautiful time yourself sitting and basking in the beauty of this beautiful space and place. We just give thanks. As we breathe, just a deep breath of gratitude, of thanksgiving and appreciation. And we return to this moment here now, bringing the gifts. Mm, mm. Carrying this fragrance, this resonance, this vibration and frequency into and as all that we are. And so it is. And so we are. So thank you for the sacred invitation. Grace does, for those that are called, I'm called to be more nesting in the heart, the portal of the heart, the transformative power of the heart. And she has invited me to spend 2 to 4 minutes or more just sitting in God's living room. And she said, divine grace will do the rest. So that's an invitation that I am happy to embody. And it is my way of bringing and shining that radiance in the midst of life, as life be lifing. So thank you, beloveds. So I would love to open, if we have some time, for any, you can, share always on whatever you would like to share, but I would love, Rev Deb asked, what is the way that God may be calling us to go deeper in how we show up? Or it could be something that, you know, um, touched you tonight, whatever you would like to share. I would love to hear how you go deep.
You can go, Mom.
Thank you. Um, as always, I like to chime in and give thanks. And Erin, what a lovely presentation. And it just strikes me that in listening to what you shared about your friend and her circumstances and how she radiates, I heard the same thing about you, how you were doing that through everything that's happening with your son and your daughter and your grandson, I'm sorry, and your daughter and his dad, and it just radiates out, your whole way of being seemed to be shining like grace. So I just wanted to mention that. And also to mention, I thought it was so ironic how you bridged. I don't know if you know this or not, but on Sunday is August, a new theme, a new global theme that is on the wings of love for August. And so you just really integrated and transitioned from rolling in the deep and going deep into love. I mean, and the two married together very well. And lastly, I'll just say that in listening to your own story, there's an interesting balance of the absolute and the relative. Like, I heard you saying, I know what I know, what I know, yet there's pain. Yet I know I was operating from fear. And that probably is the human experience, is especially for us truth seekers. It's like, how do you balance the two of those? So I'm just curious. I know we don't have much time, but I was trying to listen into, like, how did you come to your epiphany? Like, how did you move from that fear into this place where it was just radiating from you? I didn't quite get that, but maybe you just sat with it in the living room and that's where you got transformed. I don't know. I love that living room, by the way. That is
Beautiful.
awesome.
It's real too.
Yeah.
There's power. She said before you beyond what you can even know how powerful that is. And if you just do that regularly, she also has this guidance. We didn't have a lot of time, but she says you can notice there's a crystal spiral staircase over to the side, and you can go up the staircase, the spiral staircase, and it takes you up to angelic realms, higher dimensions. And she says you can go up to a level where you can go into a room and there's this big, huge table and there's a book of wisdom on the table and you can call whoever you want to the table. So we can play more in that. There's like so many ways you can play in God's living room, but I just gave you the basic for our time's sake tonight, but I'm glad that you love that. I would say the transition for me, Reverend Sunshine, was divine grace. It was like, I think the deep of being so despairing and so cracked open and so done and feeling just like, "Ugh, I just give up. I'm just so over this. What is the way through this?" And then being guided to ask for a spiritual counseling session. And in that session, doing my journey and work through that. And in that process, there was a transformation during the session where at the end, because I saw in the beginning of the session, I was like, I don't like him. I'm not feeling him. I cannot go there. And she's like, okay. But at the end, when the transformation happened for me in the session, I came to a place where we were praying out or completing, and she said, "Okay, we give him a little bit of love." And I said, "Oh no, he gets all love." I said, I'm in such a different place. I see it now." And it's like it happened. It was divine grace in that session that something came upon me, and the truth of who I am and we are was just so powerful and beautiful. And everything else just didn't exist. What we say in words like unified field, we're all one, there's no separate, all of that was embodied and felt in this glorious epiphany and revelation. And I really felt for probably the first time the true power and potency of real embodiment of love. And it came through seeing, like, I wanted understanding and asking, what is this about? And it said, oh, you're here to transform and requalify this frequency of fear as love, embodiment of love. And that's when the epiphany happened. So thanks for asking the question.
That's beautiful. Yeah, I think I need to have you back for an encore presentation to take us up that crystal staircase to
Happy
the
to,
angelic realms.
happy to. And see if Grace is up to it, because Grace is so gifted and she came here uniquely wired so she can see everything. She sees and
Yeah.
she's just extraordinary. And So I'll see. That would be so cool to see if she would even be up for playing in that. We don't know, but that would be
Yeah.
really cool. But if not, I told her I'm happy to share the gifts of what she's given. So I'd love to take you all into
Okay,
to that. Thank you.
thank you.
Yes. Anyone else?
IKEA. You're muted, IKEA.
I think I got it now.
Yeah, you do.
So here's what came to me. It's a poem. Invited to my own heart, my portable temple for God, I enter freely into God's living room. Flowers bloom endlessly. Its radiance glows from my heart, lighting the room, brighter than any shadow, without glare or harshness. In the other chair, my brother, now 69 on the other side. He died at 17, having lost his first love. He stays nearby, though I hardly notice. But today I listen for his words. What does he say? I'm complete.
Mm.
Thank you. Grace is going to love this. That's so beautiful. Thank you so much.
Well, I'd like to share something, Erin. Um, I'll be brief. Three of my teachers appeared in God's living room, master teachers, and I talked to them and asked them for help with some things that I need help with, and they were just so kind and gracious and said, of course. And, I just felt wrapped in love. I just felt wrapped in love, and it was kind of like, yeah, we're here anytime for you, just ask. And yes, it's done. And it was just beautiful and sweet and deep. It was deep, your topic is go deep. It was deep and quiet. Also, there's great quietude there. And I feel very settled and refreshed.
Mm,
Thank you.
yes. Thank you.
And I'm complete.
Ah, so beautiful. Wow.
Anyone else? We have time for a couple more. Judith, you're muted.
Okay. Oh. God's living room was outside for me. It's a place where in my sister's front yard when she was present on the planet. And the two chairs we used to sit in the summertime, drinking iced coffee. And she had a particular spiritual practice that she followed. It was a different one. And she followed it. And she was also a woman of wisdom. And I was just thinking, I am so glad that you came, Mayor. Thank you for coming to visit. And I talked to her about stuff, a similar situation in my family with my granddaughter, my two great grands, and her partner. They live together. And if I take nothing away, I will take away an intention and a knowingness that it's important that I learn to love this. I guess he'd be my grandson-in-law, something like that. So that I learn to love him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who he is. It's my job. It's my job, as I work my way closer to God to give him love and not release any anger I have toward him and toward and any judgment. My job is to love. I think that's why I'm here, and that's what I got out of that. My job is to love while I'm here, whoever I can, as much as I can. I'm complete.
Thank you, Judith. Well, I think it's that time now to transition to our announcements, and it feels a little like I don't want to. I love this space that you've created, Erin. It's just such a lovely, lovely space, and I feel so centered within, and and it's time. So oh, so thank you so much for this beautiful, beautiful talk and meditation and sharing Grace's poem. That was so lovely. So for our announcements, this Sunday, August 3rd, Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman will be speaking on Launch of Love. Meditation starts at 10 a.m., followed by the service at 10:30. And and that, I think I had a repeated sentence here. So that's what we have coming up for next Sunday. And on Wednesday, August 6th, join Christopher Brown, practitioner, for our midweek Oasis service for an encore discussion on the topic Launch of Love. 6:30 p.m. meditation and 7 p.m. service. And get your tickets for the 80th anniversary gala on September 20th, on sale now. The 10% early bird discount has been extended until August 8th. Visit oaklandcso.org/events. While you're at it, get an 80th anniversary bag while they last, available now in the bookstore. And please join the Ministry of Prayer for Friday night prayer happy hour. It will now be offered twice a month on the first and third Fridays. Come on August 1st and 15th from 7 to 8 p.m. on Zoom. Practitioners Maureen Molina and Megan Lemon are your hosts to help you anchor in prayer. Please visit oaklandcsl.org/events and click on the image and use the passcode 411797. And join Amy Chovnik on on Saturday, August 2nd at 11 a.m. on our patio and learn how to use bleach to dye denim and give a modern update to a pair of jeans, or perhaps recycle denim scraps into other items. Bring your 100% cotton denim article and your creativity. Each spot in the crafting party is $40. Visit oaklandcsl.org/class to claim your spot. And please join Irene Sardanis for a writing workshop, Sit Write Down, on Sunday, August 3rd from 1 to 3 p.m. in the social hall. Bring a pen and paper. No writing experience necessary. Prompts will be offered to inspire your writing. A $25 love offering is encouraged, and no one will be turned away for lack of funds. Visit oaklandcsl.org/classes/workshops for more information. And the OCSL Social Justice Ministry meets on the first Sunday, August 3rd, in the back of the sanctuary from 1 to 3 p.m. Join us in sacred activism to create a world that works for everyone. And on Sunday, August 17th, we will be offering our first virtual social hall on Zoom for 30 minutes or so immediately after service. This is a chance to hang out with others in our online community, to get to know each other or reconnect with old friends, and to receive some prayer. We're excited to create this space for those who regularly attend online, and all are welcome. Information about how to join will be coming soon. We can't wait to see you there. And our nonprofit partner for July and August is Inside Circle. And they present their mission to our congregation. Oh, and they already did. They spoke about it last Sunday. Inside Circle is a nonprofit that is dedicated to fostering personal growth and healing among individuals impacted by the justice system, creating transformative programs for people inside the prison system, programs for currently and formerly incarcerated youth transitioning back into society, and much more. Visit their website at insidecircle.org for more information. And the Spirit Treasure Bookstore celebrates July with Meditating in the Garden. Items featured on the 30% table include Buddha garden statues, malas, wind chimes, singing bowls, and journals. Be sure to pick up your OCSL 80th anniversary bags for $15 plus tax. And now I want to highlight our team at OCSL. These are all of our stakeholders. Reverend Michelle Coleman, who is on our call tonight, and co-lead and Megan Lemon, co-lead of the Ministry of Prayer, who's also on our call tonight. Co-lead Ministry of Prayer, Maureen Molina, Beth Van Arkel, who's our board president, Steve Carter, operations coordinator, who prepares all of our materials for our Wednesday night talks, facility usage coordinator, practitioner Susan Brecker, and bookkeeper Dow Becker. All of them play such important roles and keep our center thriving. So I want to just give a shout out to all of them for their important and heartfelt job that they do. And now, in that spirit of gratitude and thankfulness, I would like to invite you to say with me our giving affirmation. Either best to keep yourself muted or our sound will be distorted, but you can read it or say it with me. Divine love as me blesses and multiplies this offering. It blesses all that I am, all that I give, and all that I circulate. Thank you, love, as me, and so it is. And so if you would like to donate to our center, you can go to OCSL, oaklandcsl.org, and you'll see these buttons. You can press the donate button, and you will see these different ways that you can contribute via Zelle. You can use this QR code, you can text, you can use a credit card. And of course, if you're there in person, you can put an offering in the basket during our sacred giving time. So we invite you to support our center in any way that you are moved to. Any amount, large or small, is gratefully accepted and welcome. So thank you. And also, I want to thank everybody who's contributed to this service tonight. Of course, I want to thank our speaker, Erin Stewart, for this lovely, beautiful talk and guided meditation and sharing Grace's poem and all that you contributed, Erin. It was just absolutely lovely. I want to thank Freddie, who is doing our PowerPoint and our behind the scenes spotlighting, and also led our meditation today. I want to thank all of our ministers who support our Wednesday nights. Reverend Elena Hutchinson, who hosts every other week, and Reverend Ikea Param, who is on the call tonight. And of course, Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle, who was here tonight and who stood in for me a little bit earlier tonight. And I want to thank Freddie again for leading us, for everything he does behind the scenes that um, we may not see, but we are the recipients of all that he does. And also thank Steve Carter, who is our operations coordinator, who prepares all of um, our slides and our paperwork for our Wednesday night evenings. So thanks to all of you, and of course all of you who participated, all of you who were on the call tonight, and all of you who watch the recording later. We are grateful for your participation and your presence. And now I would like to turn this over to Erin, who has offered to do our closing prayer.
And it is in this place of the Most High, of the All Good, the ever present, the ever expanded awareness, of pure awareness that we are, pure love that we are, pure light that we are, pure joy that we are, pure goodness that we are, and just of the heart of the spirit of the I am that we are. I am so grateful and thankful for this opportunity where love absolutely has revealed and has realized itself, fulfilled itself, that we are each one of us that answering and that fulfillment of love, of light, of God, of the divine, and just knowing that that radiance that we are, that transcendent being that we are, that stillness that we are, that silence that we are, that power that we are, that authority and dominion that we are, the glory of God, of its grace and its graciousness, and just knowing it is all encompassing, just knowing it's inclusive, knowing it is this unified field, knowing it is the oneness and at one, knowing that it is clear in its embodiment, that we are the very embodiment of this divine love, and that we live and breathe and have our very being in God's living room, that we live the heart, the power of the portals of the heart and the dimensions of realms into higher realms and to higher frequencies of love. And it is from this place that we are so satiated. It is from this place that we are in holy remembrance. It is in this place that we are in such gladness and joy. It is in this place that we are in such triumphant transcendence of requalifying and transforming and alchemizing any frequency of fear, any frequency of fear. And we see it for what it is. And we breathe again into the renewal, the constant renewal of that love that we are, this love that we are, blessing our beloved Grace, blessing all that is. For this and so, so, so much more, we do give thanks, blessing this spiritual community, blessing, blessing, blessing all life everywhere. No matter what part, what role, what it appears to be, circumstances, situations, conditions, all of it, we bless it. It's all infused with this beautiful energy, vitality, frequency, radiance, power of love, of light, of goodness. And so it is. And so we are. Amen. Thank you.